Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to PreMarket Prep at the close. Slightly new look, but we're still the same old people, same old advice. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin, Mitch Hotch is lurking somewhere in the background. Hope you all had a good trading day. It's mostly over now. Joel, kind of a mixed session. How are we looking to you out there?
What is this? Is this Yard Stream?
Close enough. Close enough.
Close enough?
Close
Okay.
enough.
And to go to my charts here, do you
Yeah,
do
take a
that?
look.
Right?
Take a look.
Okay. Nice. All right. Made a run at the pre-market high of 47.75. I got turned back at 46 and a quarter and broke down a little bit. Ended up taking out the pre-market low, got to 14.50. I wish I could say I had a number there, but I don't. And we rallied back. So a mildly green session. We're going to have to rally a little over 4 points to get a new all-time closing high in the S&P 500 futures. So we'll see. 4 points is nothing in this market. Crude hanging up here at the $48 level, up 41 cents at 48.41. Looks like a little bit of an inside. Do we have an inside day in crude here? Oh, let's take a look. Just about here. Yeah, inside day in crude. So we'll see what happens in that breakout or breakdown. Gold and silver still going opposite ways. Gold's up 290 at 1833.30. Silver's in the red, but let's call it 20 cents here at 26.34 and a half. And Bitcoin hanging in here, pretty much where it was this morning when we were on the show. Down $5, 27,105. Kind of sloughing off that news regarding Ripple, which I think is pretty big news. It didn't have a ripple effect on Bitcoin. How's that?
Ooh, low hanging fruit, but I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you on that one. All right. There's a few stocks in the chat we can go to. Let's start with Intel though. We haven't seen too much like hedge fund, like big time hedge fund commentary or activism this year, right? I mean, we've seen some, I feel like, but not as much as years past. Dan Loeb, who is his fund, his Third Point, is come out and basically called out Intel and basically said, hey, spin something off or explore strategic alternatives, do something to make your stock go up. And Intel's like, all right, we're going to engage.
Did they? They didn't return the letter yet, did they? They didn't.
No, they responded and they say we look forward to engaging with Third Point. So they give
really
it's a non-response response, but
oh man, you guys know what I think about this kind of stuff. I mean, start your own chip company, Dan Loeb. He's just looking at this monster support here at just $45, and he probably has a big stake in here. I don't know. I mean, you got to pop on it. It stopped dead in its tracks. I don't know what happened to what this big red bar was because we didn't even have a red day in the market. But clear number for you folks here. If you're thinking about any more upside in Intel, any whatsoever, double top. 50.68, 50.67, and now you backed up over $1 from there. It's not anything fancy. We'll just throw our double top in there, and we'll keep an eye on that. So that's what you need for upside in Intel. If you're buying this long term, you got some support at 45, but nothing super exciting here for me on that one.
What day was that red bar? I'll tell you what the news probably was.
The day was the 18th.
Okay, that was probably either Apple or Microsoft saying that they're going to make their own chips. I think it was Microsoft. Apple.
That would do it. Was that the Apple Car Day or not?
No.
That would be bad. I mean, they're losing a lot of their big customers, so it's hard for me to get excited. I mean, there's a little itsy weetsy teeny dividend on it, but that's it. Enough time spent on Intel.
Okay. What about
Can people see the charts okay with this new setup? I'm asking. Can they see them? Because it looks a little fuzzy to me, but that could just be my old eyes.
If you can't see them, say so in the chat. If you can see him, also say so in the chat. What about Baba here? I'm
Ah,
going to come out and declare victory. I was trying to tell Dennis this morning that I felt like the
we
headline
are.
that
Let's gang up on them tomorrow. Let's
okay,
yell at them
I
and
felt
everything.
like the headline that they're going to change the structure of Ant Group to a holding company that would change how they're regulated. I interpreted that to mean that this conflict looks like it's almost over. That's
It
how I
could be.
interpret.
It could be. It could be. And when I was talking about it, I was just looking at the pre-market action, and I was looking at that high from Thursday, right? Synthetic Friday, and I just kind of thought it that if it held 230, through that 15-minute bracket, that people might chase it a little bit, and that turned out be the case. So, cap it in the gap in no man's land here. We'll have to see. I mean, if it's over that quickly, man, did I smell a rat on that one? But we'll see what happens. But a nice day for Baba. I mean, it's going up. It's having a nice day. It's up 50, almost $15 off the high of the session, gapping into the gap area. So that's way up there at like over 250. It looks like you need to get to 254, 255 to fill the gap. Maybe you will get there.
Yeah, and then with Baba this today is moving just the rest of the Chinese stocks. So like PDD's up. You know what's funny is for a while there was that bifurcation because we always saw that Baba was the leader until a few months ago when the Chinese EV stocks started moving with a mind of their own. But now it seems like Baba is back to being the leader because XPEV is up, LI, Neo, JD, SE. I said PDD already. They're all up today with Alibaba.
Yeah, I like Pinduoduo and those other stocks. I rarely bring them up. New all-time high for PDD here, so just a big move. New all-time closing high here too. So definitely, Baba acting as a catalyst for some of the Chinese stocks.
For sure, for sure. Okay. What else did we see today? What else was on my list? Let's go back to that. Oh, did you look at Snapchat? I was curious how that one behaved because that was
Okay,
running in the pre-market on the heels of a Goldman Sachs price target raise.
they faded it. They faded it. They not off the open there. So if you were short in the open, you're like, oh, that wasn't too bad. A good idea to short Goldman Sachs. But it ran. It went to it made that low at early morning low, and then it popped up to 53.78. You had a pair of highs at 53.30. It got through there, so it looked like a bad sale at the time. But not a bad, really good sale now. Came down, filled the gap from yesterday because you had a 50.83 high. So that it. Let's see if it hangs out here a couple days and then maybe get some more momentum. But that was tough trading Snapchat there. If you wanted to fade the Goldman price target raise.
All right, let's go to the chat and see what stocks are on y'all's radar.
Oh, you know what else I wanted to bring up?
Yeah.
The trade desk.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
that that had a bit of a day yesterday.
Well, yesterday, and then we talked about it, and Triple D said, "I don't know if you want to be the first one in the pool,
Mhm,
right?"
mhm.
And it did. I mean, 2 days in a row, it opened it up at its high tick for the session, then got slammed. Uh, didn't see it. This is pre-market prep stock of the day. So if you want to get a little bit more detail on that one, you can go to benzinga.com and just put in my name for the pre-market prep stock of the day. The only thing you saw maybe eight. I mean, the only trigger you had to buy on this thing is say, oh, 800 psychological level. That was really about it, and you bounced off that. So easily took out yesterday's low. 2-day move. We talk about that now. Attempting to recover. PayPal continued weakness here in that from yesterday. You got follow through. Made a low. This one doesn't. I don't know if it's quite ready to bounce yet, but man, that 238. That pair of lows when I took that out. Momentum here. Better hope right off the lows of the session. I know Square was getting whacked too here a little bit. So these stocks are still a little bit of the rotation out of some of these high flying, growth stock. And Apple's having a bad day though. The old new all time high trick and Kaplooey, but a lot of that probably had to be market effects too, with being the biggest component in the S&P 500 index.
All right, looks like there is some front running of a CNBC segment happening here. Dan Niles, I guess, they said he's going to come out positive on GAN. He's going to talk about GAN on Fast Money or whatever show is at the close. I can't keep the name straight. But you're seeing GAN spike on that headline. That you're seeing it spike on the headline that someone on TV is going to talk positively about the stock.
He said positively.
That's what I saw us on Twitter a few minutes ago.
I mean,
I'm seeing our chat seeing the same thing that I am. So,
wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, he telegraphed. These things are so tough. Right now, it got a little bit of a fade here. Didn't even just. These things are, if you want to play that kind of thing, if you're so inclined, maybe the people that didn't hear it the first time are going to buy it the second time. But got a big high here back on what's that, Thursday? Thursday, it's sprinting over $20. Got to 2060. This spike high here. 2048. So I don't think this is really going to have another sustained leg higher until you can get above. I won't even say those two highs. Just, go up there, test that 2050 again, and then hang up there for a couple days, not pull back so hard. So, but nice move off the $14 level. This thing is, as you guys like to say, or I like to say, a volatile little puppy there. It goes up and down and all around. But
I know Mitch is long. I know Jason Rasnick is long. They're probably waiting for this for a while. So good for you guys. What about Cloudflare? Net is the ticker. We don't talk this one too often.
NET?
NET.
Cloudflare.
Cloudflare. Yep.
Bad day yesterday. Is it? No, it's not too new. This has been out. IPO'd in the middle of the year. Looks heavy to me. You got a 2-day move. You got a solid triple top in there. Where's those three highs at? 80, not as tight as I thought. 88, 87, 88, 77, 86.55. So $87. Looks closer on the charts, but you took out yesterday's low. So if you're looking for the undercut and rally, it did take out the previous day's low. So if you're going to lean on this, 70, you're not giving yourself much room. 74.94. Today's low, currently trading at 76.5. Few other lows in this area to speak of. So yeah, you got a shot. I just think it might be hard to buy it this close and not get nicked and getting taken out here on the low of the move. But certainly found buyers after taking a big hit yesterday.
All right, 354, got about 5 minutes and change left in today's session. I haven't said this yet. Give us a thumbs up, hit that like button on YouTube. Let's get that like.
Show the little thing there, Spencer. You know how to control that.
What?
Don't you?
Yeah. I can put a little graphic up, but I'm focused.
You might as well grovel in graphics.
That's true. Okay. What about Palantir, man? I feel like we discuss this one at least once every 3 days. Someone asks about it.
Palantir. It's just been consolidating last I looked. Let's see what it's doing today. Really good support at the $25 area. That's what I was seeing before the last time I looked at it. Looking heavy here. I don't know. 4 down days in a row. Lost this 25 area here. So best thing I think for Palantir shareholders will, just kind of hang in here. Put a couple more lows in this area, and then they get another contract, and it goes up. Isn't that the way that works with this one? It goes up every time they get a contract. That's what you got. That's what you're hoping for.
They get a contract for like $100 million, and
how much they had?
Yeah, that's good for adding a fifth of the market value or something in the market cap.
Leaking into the close here, folks. We have a selling balance, no, buying balance of 400 million to the buy side, but that must be pairing off pretty quickly. It doesn't look like we're going to get a new all-time closing high today. We needed to rally above 27.50, and that's kind of looking out of the question here now. Also, perilously close to the low of the session, 14.50. Currently trading 26.75. So it looks like that buying balance they said sold to you.
Joe, what about Salesforce here? This is probably not what you wanted to see. It looked like for a minute there that it was going to fill that gap from the day they bought Slack, and that was also
hanging out too long. Hanging out too long. No position, nothing. Tried to pop, got into the gap, 4 down days in a row. You get a downgrade here, something. I mean, you got a clear level to lean on, and a lot of people are leaning on it. Who did they buy? Who did they make the pony up for? Slack, yeah. Street's still digesting that, but hanging out too long down here for me. I mean, you could, like I said, you can lean on that level. 4 down days in a row. You're finding buyers. I don't know. I'd say one other level to keep an eye on, 18.20. And then you have the low. Looking on that day that they actually made the acquisition, that's what they whooped it to, 15.63. That was the actual low. But you know what this kind of reminds me of here? It kind of reminds me of a Baba before it got bashed, right? You hit a level, right? Then I'm looking back here. You hit a level, you bounce. You come down, you hit it again, and you bounce. And then you kind of just hanging out down there. Boom, news. And that's what knocked it off its keister. So just a little feel there. No position, full disclosure, but seems like it's hanging out here a long time in the lower 220 handle.
Someone made a point. Who is it? Indiana Diaz says Neo. You guys don't talk about Neo. Okay.
You don't talk about Neo.
The point. It's probably been a little while since we've actually brought up the chart of Neo. To me, this looks like what? Like a wedge, a falling wedge is on the
yeah. I think there's a couple different things you could do here with it. Mitch may have to help me in the background if my trend line skills fade me, but you got this. Oh no, I don't want that. Come on. I wish I could just look at the screen and just get the software to do it. Would help if I'm not holding a pencil. Boom.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, on the first try, not exactly perfect, but look at that. And then if you want to do the wedge, I mean, it's kind of hard because when I do these, I like to incorporate at least 2 or 3 points, price points. And if I would have done that correctly, you would have incorporated 3 price points. So I really can't say you got the wedge there, but you got this area of support. And I think this is going to be the telltale for Neo, NIO. Let me draw just one line across here. And boom, there you go. That 38 looks like 38.20. You hit that, you bounce. That's a big level. So I don't know what you call that, but there's what I'm looking at in Neo. We'll keep those. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start putting my dates on here so you guys can say, oh, he just put that up there to make himself look good. What's the date here today?
The 29th?
Yep, 12/29.
All day.
That's what my dad used to say.
I feel like that's a classic dad to think to say.
Okay. What I say. Well, hold on, one quick. Let's get in here before I forget.
But I was going to ask you, so what's the takeaway from this chart, though?
To me, it just looks kind of tired. Like you got the bounce and you rallied, and then you had the decline again and you rallied, and now people are trying to sell this into strength. So, also just real quick, I don't know. I've tried to buy puts on this thing a couple times to no avail. No position in it, so it probably will go down. But where did you fail at here? Right around my upper bar is a little bit off, so draw your 50% there. And I think when I was drawing it before, it was like 47, 48. So it's struggling here. And if you take this projection here from this high to this low, you take that from here, that takes you down to the 35, 36 area. So looking a little bit tired to me.
Okay, that is a wrap. It's 4:00, 4:01 now. Markets are closed. Final tally. It was a bit of a mixed day. Down a smidge in the S&Ps.
Not
Up.
a bad day. No, not a bad day.
No, not a bad day. We're up a hair, and the Nasdaq Russell is rolling over here. So I don't know if it's too soon to call it, but that Russell, that rotation into the Russell we saw for a couple months there has not been there. It's been the other way the past couple of days. So we'll have to keep a close eye on that. That'll be it for us. Everyone have a great rest of your day. Hit that like button. Show us some love on YouTube. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning.